This is what's pissing me off today. I'm Bob Pritchard. Well, I'm starting to get a little bit scared about what's going on with all this tariff discussion and the impact that it's probably going to have on us here in the GTA or the province or the country, because, well, we've had two announcements about, automotive companies shutting down. One was Stellantis, who's moving a plant down to the United States, and the other's a GM facility, which is simply shutting down. Now, I often wonder how much the government knows that they're not sharing with us. I remember back in the days when television was first coming out, not that I was there, but I did some reading about that time frame. And the big worry with television was that people wouldn't be able to manage the information flow because we'd be getting news stories essentially in real time, rather than the typical week or 2 week delay it used to take to, have information come across the ocean in ships or whatever. At any rate, I do believe the government has a much better handle on what's coming down the road for us than they're letting on or telling us about. When you start to read that they're going to put budgets together that have additional billions of dollars to support problems that are going to come from the tariffs, you've got to think that they really do know something. Then you start to look at what's going on in the United States. Now, most of us have been treating Donald Trump as a blithering idiot, and I know it's real easy to go down that path. But one thing you have to say about the man is, first of all, to become president of the United States, you've got to have something going for you, because that's quite a prestigious position, at least it used to be. And something else to keep in mind here is Donald Trump is making billions of dollars personally out of being the president of the United States. He's done some really smart things. I don't think he knows much about artificial intelligence, but he brought in Elon Musk. Now, Musk must have some knowledge, and what he doesn't know about, he certainly has the staff to be able to sort it out on his behalf. All of a sudden, Trump has an inventory of laws that lets him to do pretty much anything he wants to without fear of consequence from the Congress or the Supreme Court or anybody else. He's getting, $500 million airplanes given to him. He's rebuilding the White House. I mean, the things he's doing is mind-blowing. Just think of what it takes to deploy troops to the battle zones of, like, Chicago and, some of the areas out on the Pacific coast. I mean, this is just completely insane. But he's making billions of dollars. I think that we're in for a rough ride down the road, and the government's holding back the information so we don't all freak out. And that's a little bit on the worrying side, and actually, that's what's pissing me off today. I'm Bob Pritchard.